the task of manhood is very daunting.
Yeah.
Men don't speak. Men go through a lot. I'm not saying women don't. Women go through a lot. But I feel that women by DNA have the capacity to endure turmoil and torture, not that they deserve to be in turmoil or deserve to be tortured, but women know how to endure more than men. But men are more silent. So whatever a man is going through, he's just silent. He doesn't say it. He holds it to himself. And some of them go to the grave with it.
Too many, actually.
Too many. I don't want to go to the gates of heaven and you ask me what killed me. They say it's a woman. Whether that woman be my daughter, my wife, my mother, I don't want that. I don't want that to be my way out of this portal. I want to die with a smile on my face, saying that, all the people I met, I tried to put a smile on their face. And also, to have the only regret that, wow, I wish I did more good. Not that I wish I had more time. That's all. And many men go through a lot of things. For 2 years, a couple of years back, I was in a very dark hole, but nobody knew. I couldn't call you guys, I couldn't call. I just said, this is a journey I have to make on myself to reorganize myself. And I'm happy I did. But at the time, I thought that the walls were caving in and stuff like that. But broadcasting taught me how to have a poker face. Broadcasting, no matter what you're going through, when it's time to, hi, good evening, welcome, I hope you're having a nice time.
And the only reason why you're not there is that you're dead. If you're alive, it doesn't matter what you're going through. You have to be there doing just that.
That's it. That's what I was taught. And uncannily, it helped me. But ironically, I can't do it for real life. I can't switch off like I switch off when the microphone is in front of me or when the camera just comes like, hey, hi, how you doing? How have you been? It's been 7 days of accents. Don't worry, I'll make it up to you because my playlist is burgeoning with new stuff, but the melodies are incredible. I'm going to trailblaze it with Daniel Caesar's Let Me Go, which is ironical because I want to be here all the time. Here is Daniel Caesar, stuff like that. I practice radio presentation I love radio, but now the money is not there. So. Nah.
Yeah.
I have to pay school fees.
Why are you the way you are on social media?
Dude, that sounds like an accusation. Why am I the way I am?
Yes.
Do you know where I'm coming from? I'm coming from poverty. In Calabar, where the house I used to stay in Calabar, I used from secondary school all the way to university. Our toilet was a pit toilet.
What you call latrine?
Latrine. Even thinking of it, I think latrine
was
luxurious. Yes, was a luxurious description that you're trying to make with the. So that's it. So after going through,
like in my village, supposedly I'm supposed to be some prince from maybe my dad was.
Which village is that?
I'm from Akwa Ibom. There's a place called so my local government is East Inset, which is Nsetatai, and we're from Idiaba 1, where everybody in the whole locality has to be an Obong to be on one side of the road. Only in-laws are allowed on the other side of the road.
Oh, wow.
So everybody on one side from the start to the finish is family. Everybody on the other side of the road are in-laws, maybe people who married the ladies from the family and moved down there, or visitors.
But on the other side is royalty.
Yes, royalty. So seven whole communities that my grandfather, governed over, and you go to the palace, and you still have to walk some distance to do number 2.
Oh,
so it was not part of the house. You literally have to go out and go to this other place,
Oh, wow.
walk between trees to get to the location where they had the lavatory. And this was a palace, mind you.
This was a palace. That's a strange palace.
Yeah, weird. Eh?
Wow,
So I understand that feeling.
I mean,
luxurious poverty that we all grew up in.
look, I'm coming from, upbringing from my mother, my dad. My dad is the reason I haven't smoked. My grandmother is the reason that, I'm domestic. And my mother is the reason why I don't really go crazy, because she, really inflicted discipline upon me. My dad is the reason why I wanted to speak because my dad speaks impeccably well. And he didn't even go.
I don't know what it is with our dads.
Yes.
My friends used to hate encounters with my dad because they thought it was all Queen's English.
Oh, that's my dad too. So I'm sure the effect rubbed off on you. Because my dad will be like, hey, if he wants to insult you, if he wants to tell you, instead of saying, hey, you're not even sorry for what you did. My father will go, you lack the moral compunction. Stuff like that. So he gave me that. Gave me unbeknownst to me. So when I open my mouth, people are like, why are you talking like that? I'm like, how am I talking?
Yeah, I've always talked
like this. I mean, my dad would say, instead of saying you're going the wrong way, he said you're completely off the rails. So, stuff like that. So,
and you need to get back on track.
Yeah. But when I'm coming from that antecedent, and I go on social media, I am not looking for trouble. Then somebody just comes and starts, insulting.
Often an upstart.
No, of course, it's that generation.
Yeah.
And I tell them all the time, I say, you guys are probably one of the most intelligent people, but you're not using it to the maximum. And you guys are insolent and lazy. I always tell them that. Then they go, hey, why are you? I said, see, let me tell you, I'm not in that generation. So I can say what I want. You guys, any small thing you say, oh, you're tampering with your mental health and all that. My mother, the way my mother tackled my mental health was a smack in the left ear.
It's all snowflakery now.
So now, okay, let me give you an example. Yesterday, I went to the bank. So I was sat next to the guy I was getting information from, the manager. So the manager was helping me do something. So a lady comes and she's asking the guy, she doesn't have anywhere to sit. I just stood up. I said, hey, you can sit down. And she's shocked, looking at me like that. I say, hey, sit down. You know why? That's my grandmother. My grandmother will give me a couple of knocks. Why are you sitting down when the lady is standing up? So that's what I do. It's not chivalry. It's post-traumatic stress disorder from my grandmother, because I know she's going to come out of the grave and smack me.
They knock you into shape.
Yes. So I had that. Now, when I'm coming from that means I'm well-mannered, and I'm talking about, if you look at all my encounters on social media, I am actually I'm one of the guys in entertainment that I interact with everybody. I follow everybody back, and I interact with them. And some of them, they have businesses. I post. I don't tell them. There's a guy that does lovely shoes, and I say, hey, man, this is great. And I post. He said, because he sent me a DM, because of you, I've had customers. And all that. So I want to make a pair of shoes for you. I said, no, absolutely not. If I want you to make a pair of shoes, I'm going to pay for it. So that's what I do. But you have one urchin coming to insult me because I'm talking about Chelsea Football Club, which I am president on Twitter. Well, we don't even have any of it. It's not like we have an organization. They just said, hey, you are the president, because of the day I bantered Manchester United for 3 days. They said, you know what?
Back to back.
You are our president. I said, there's no organization. They said, we don't need one. We don't need one. You are our president. They call me Presido.
Let's have the president first before we find the community.
Yeah. Let's start with that. And at the end of the day, people, they just come through tantrums. I got tired of it, and I go for that. And when I started, people are saying, this your you mean your brand. I said, what brand? I said, I don't care about brand. I'm just doing my thing, and a brand came out of it, a brand I don't approve of, because I don't want someone to think I'm uptight, I'm aristocratic. That's not me. I grew up, I was born in Sabongeri, Kano. I went to school.
Speak Hausa at all?
I call Hausa kadang.
To Madalla.
No. Me ba Hausa to say. But do you speak Hausa?
No.
Oh, but you sound like you speak Hausa.
Yes, I probably should. I did.
I've been looking for someone to tutor me, and nobody.
I did Hausa in my O levels, flunked it, I think. But we always had Hausas in the house.